You know what? Maybe it's time to grow up a little bit. When you get into your 40s and 50s, you're not supposed to be out there banging on the streets. This incident left a 20 something year old kid shot and fighting for his life, critical condition. What is that crap, man? This kid has his whole life in front of him. And because somebody couldn't go and collect an alleged debt over 7 years old by themselves, he gets shot. Think about that. He had 7 years to go into that shop and get his refund, put his bitch in, whatever happened with the transaction, but waited until he had everybody around him to do the confronting. Now, again, this is all allegedly, but I'm laying out a scenario here, and we're going to be covering the story, I guess, the guy who got beat, which, by the way, a lot of people are saying, well, there was a gun. Why this? When you got freaking Wolfpack, you're not going to pull a gun. Like I always say, man, 2 or more, man, I'm shooting. 45's coming out. I'm just letting you know. That's the way it works. At least to us older guys, that's the way we used to roll. But, you see all these guys coming at you. And right now, they really don't even know who the shooter was because, according to the guy who got beat, it was taken out of his waistband. So I guess you can say, if this is true, that at least he showed some kind of restraint, because me, I'd have just pulled. No ifs, ands, or buts. But his business got smoke bombed. Thankfully, it was only a smoke bomb and nothing more serious and stuff. But I just can't get over the issue where a kid in his 20s was shot over this. It really makes you think, what the hell is everything came down to? There was a video done by another creator. It was about going through different cities and worrying about who was the dominant and what could happen. And there was a comment where he said, not the creator, but one of his listeners, I thought they were a motorcycle club and not a motorcycle gang. And then the creator comes back, we'll call them what you want. That's saying a lot right there, isn't it? That's just my personal opinion. And again, this is my personal opinion right here. And I'm not saying one way or another what happened, because the only people that know were there. We're seeing the media reports. We're going according to the media reports and putting out the scenarios as such. But this was an event for St. Jude's. Really. And yeah, I see a lot of people defending the club. I see a lot of people going against the club. I'm not into the spin crap. I really ain't into the spin. I try to give it straight up, no filter type of deal. I think I'm more upset with this whole situation that a 7-year debt got a kid shot. A 7-year debt got a kid shot because the dude couldn't go on his own and do it. And that's one of the major complaints a lot of people have about clubs. You can't throw down by yourselves. That is the number one thing people say. Can't throw down by yourselves, man. Always have to have somebody around you. Oh, man, one brother goes, everybody goes. You know how much that makes you? It makes you look weak. I'm just saying, from a street point of view, you look weak when you have to do that stuff. And especially if you can't collect on a debt you think you're owed, 7 years. Let's go to this news report right here. Smoke bomb thrown at Connecticut motorcycle shop after an alleged biker club assault. So you go and you throw a smoke bomb. A smoke bomb at the freaking shop. Now, I don't know if it was the clubs who did it or it was one of their supporters, because we all know how super supporters are. Anyway, Griswold, the owner of a motorcycle shop who was assaulted by a group of alleged members of the Diablos Motorcycle Club at a bike event at Cadillac Ranch. And let's talk about that. This Cadillac Ranch's liquor license could be in jeopardy now because something like this happened. But nobody thinks about the establishment. Oh no, but they'll go around, well, you know, that's let's see here, that's being prejudiced against club members if they say, hey, no motorcycle club colors on this premises. Oh, they'll bitch and moan then. But when something like this happens, nobody bitches. They don't think about the bar or the establishment. State police said the incident at the Plainfield Road business remains active and would not release any additional details. There was no visible damage to Bully Baggers and Son, and workers at the business declined to comment. 44-year-old owner of the shop who was injured on the 15th of July in a beatdown. That's what the media is calling it now, a beatdown. We call it wolfpack. In the Southern restaurant parking lot, told police he had his Glock taken from him during the attack. And during the struggle, the gun discharged and another member of the Diablos was struck. That was that kid, according to police reports. The victim told police that the fight began when he spotted Chris Nieder, a former customer who was not happy with the work done on his Harley 7 years ago and wanted a refund 7 years later. That's how freaking stupid we've become in this freaking scene. The victim went to bite night at Cadillac Ranch with his father to pick up parts from another customer, but started to leave after spotting Snyder. Snyder ultimately saw him and demanded his refund. A crowd of men started beating on the victim, some with a weapon that felt like a hammer, as they tried to rip off his clothes and jewelry and the gun. Police recovered a gun from the scene. The second victim, 25-year-old man who was wearing a Diablos Motorcycle Club vest, was shot. Others suspected, possibly mistakenly, the 44-year-old as the culprit. You see what I mean here? 25-year-old kid shot. I'm just going to keep saying that over and over again. You know, for those that were involved in all this, you know, some in their 50s, this could be your kid. I just don't understand being 40, 50. And I always said, man, after freaking 50, man, maybe it's time to get out of the club scene, because what the hell do you have in common? Oh, of course, your education websites or protocol sites will say, hey, it's all about teaching the next generation. Man, shut up with that stuff. It's time to grow up is what it is. You know, you're 45 or you're in your 50s running around like you're in your 20s or 30s. Have you seen the video of that actual fight, man? It was like, dude, geriatrics freaking throwing fists, you know, doing it. It was like, oh my God, even freaking everybody was making fun of that one. No wonder everybody had to be there to be involved in it. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this one. This is going to be the last time we cover it unless new information comes forth. And, another reminder, super supporters club, whatever it is, you start throwing smoke bombs or fire bombs into establishments, you're not thinking about the firefighters that got to go put that crap out. Maybe them get hurt and stuff. That's what I think a lot of people have to do. Start thinking a little bit. Anyway, don't forget Insane Throttle music, man. Go check it out, man. It's on YouTube, all the streaming platforms. Let me know in the comment what you guys think. Rock on.
Insane Throttle, your official Google News source for everything biker. Thanks for riding with us. Smash that subscribe button. Check out InsaneThrottleNews.com for the latest updates and join the insanity today.
Insane Throttle Outlaw Rock, featuring Insane Throttle and Defiant Afterlife. Get your playlist full of pure rock and metal. Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe and crank it up.
Now I'm back in the fight.